Just 2 days before the U.S. Women's Figure Skating Finals, Nancy Kerrigan is attacked by an unknown assailant. The assailant waits behind a curtain as Kerrigan finishes her practice. She walks through the curtain and the man strikes her knee, severely bruising it and her quadriceps tendon.
I don't know, some hard black stick. Something really, really hard. Help me.
Kerrigan is ruled out of competing for nationals by medical staff. Tonya Harding competes and wins the 1994 U.S. Nationals, returning to her spot as the top U.S. women's skater, while Kerrigan watches on. Harding had also won in 1992, but then had a poor showing in 93, and Kerrigan took the gold medal. With the win, Harding has cemented her place in the 1994 Lillehammer Olympics in Norway, which begins in only a month. Kerrigan is unable to compete in the Olympic trials, but despite that, she is given the other spot on the Olympic team, alongside Harding. Kerrigan had won a bronze in the 1992 Winter Olympics. Because the Olympic Committee had decided to alter the schedule of the Winter Olympics to offset the Summer Olympics, Kerrigan and Harding both had another chance to place on the podium in '94. Harding is interviewed by the Portland authorities about the attack. On the 11th, Harding expresses her regret about not being able to skate against Kerrigan in the U.S. Nationals.
I travel all over the country and I never have anything happen. And I come home and, here's where I have my problems, in my own hometown. Gosh, I love Portland. I love the people in Portland. But, why does someone want to discredit me? I work my butt off for this. And if anybody wanted to, beat Nancy, it was me. Who wanted to compete against her the most? It was me. Because everyone says she can beat me. Well, I don't believe that. I know in my heart that I can beat her. And there is people out there that do think that I can beat her. But, I didn't get the chance. So who loses? I do. I lose.
With the FBI getting involved, you were very quick to say, I'll cooperate, I'll tell you everything I know, which at this point isn't a whole lot, correct?
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know for sure anything about what's going on at all. Of course I'm going to cooperate. I don't have anything to hide, and I want the person to be caught as much as anybody else does.
On January 14th, arrests are made. Shawn Eckardt, the bodyguard of Tonya Harding, is arrested. Also arrested are the 2 men that Eckardt hired to carry out the attack. Derek Smith and his nephew, who surrendered to police, Shane Stant. Eckardt claims that Harding, an ex-husband and current boyfriend of Harding, Jeff Gillooy, were both in on the plot to maim Kerrigan. On the 18th, Harding is questioned by the FBI. She says at first that she was not at Eckardt's house. After being informed that lying to the FBI was a federal crime, she consults with her lawyer. Then she states that she dropped Gillooy off at Eckardt's house and then came back an hour later and picked him up. On the 19th, Jeff Gillooy is arrested and charged with conspiracy. After seeing a copy of Harding's FBI interview, he implicates Harding. Harding has still not been arrested. The U.S. Olympic Committee plans to meet to discuss her participation in the Olympics. Harding sues for $20 million and a restraining order to keep the committee from meeting. On the 12th, the committee decides not to meet, and Harding drops her lawsuit. That same day, the Olympic Games begin. The 2 rivals are now teammates, and women's figure skating is catapulted into, therefore, unbeknownst heights of popularity. Already a heavy household favorite, with the injury, and with heavy suspicion on Harding being involved in the attack, Kerrigan has become a sensation.
Right now, it is Tonya Harding's turn to skate, but this tortured path she's taken to the Olympics continues here. This is backstage, and Tonya Harding, after the warm-up, had a problem with her laces. It is her turn to be on the ice right now. Bizarre real-life movie continues.
On the scoreboard, they're running a clock. It's up to 1 minute and 7 seconds. If she's not out here in 45 seconds, I think they're going to disqualify her. I'm not sure.
It's not gonna hold me.
Despite her impressive performance, Kerrigan wins only a silver medal, while Oksana Baiul of the Ukraine wins the gold, and Tonya Harding finishes 8th. Back in the USA, on March 16th, Harding pleads guilty to obstructing the investigation by lying on January 10th when the Portland authorities questioned her. Because of her plea deal, she could not be charged for any other crime in the attack, though a grand jury did find that she was directly involved with the attack and also misappropriated funds from the United States Figure Skating Association by paying for the attack with funds given to her by the USFSA. On June 30th, Tonya Harding is stripped of her '93 U.S. National Women's title and banned from the USFSA for life. Let's go back to the attack on January 6th and explain it in more detail. Shawn Eckardt, Harding's bodyguard, claims that on December 28th, Harding was not only aware of the attack, but had been planning it for some time and also approved it. That same day, Harding calls a friend and confirms that Kerrigan is practicing at Tony Kent Arena in Boston, and Eckardt is paid to arrange the attack. Eckardt pays 2 associates of his, Derek Smith and Shane Stant, to carry out the attack. This is not the first time Harding has been calling to find Kerrigan's whereabouts. Also, Eckardt tapes the conversation between Gillooy, Smith, Stant, and himself. On December 29th, the attack is attempted, but they miss her. Kerrigan had already left to spend New Year's with her family. January 6th. Kerrigan has been found in Detroit at Cobo Arena. Stant enters the practice arena, while Smith waits outside in the getaway car. Stant carries out the attack and then crashes through a plexiglass door on his way out. On June 7th, a friend of Eckardt's father calls police claiming she has heard a tape of 4 men planning the attack on Kerrigan. Harding goes on to have short-lived careers in music and boxing, celebrity television appearances, and even sets a land speed record. Every few years she does an interview and always denies her involvement with the attack. Jeff Gillooly is sentenced to 2 years in prison for racketeering. Eckardt, Smith, and Stant plead guilty to conspiracy to commit second-degree assault and are given 18-month prison sentences. Eckardt dies of natural causes in December of 2007. After the Olympics, Kerrigan used her celebrity for acting gigs. She appeared on Saturday Night Live and on Boy Meets World and has had her own show on Comcast Network and continues to make small appearances. She also does commentary for figure skating events.
And have a new beginning, to be able to start a life and be able to live happy. I'm glad you came on and hope that never anything happens like this again and you find happiness.